Hello everyone and welcome back to Constructed Clash. I'm Heezy and I'm joined by the Witch Cling. What's up, Matt?
Hey, how's it going?
Dude, it's going pretty good. It's been a while. We actually recorded another Constructed Clash that we thought we had an editor for, and they were scammers, I think. So that was great. But we're back. And we're getting to it a little different this time. So I wanted to really quickly explain the format of today's video. We have 3 different decks that we are playing. And we'll be playing a best of 3 with each of them. We are playing Modern. So it'll be, whoever wins the best of 3 wins the clash. And Matt, what decks did you bring today for our new historic Modern format?
I brought Grinding Station, Hallow One, and Grixis Goryo's Vengeance.
I didn't know that Faithless Looting was your favorite Magic card of all time.
I didn't know that either until I started making these decks. I did also notice that all of my decks contain Faithless Looting.
I just had no idea that you were a Faithless Looting gamer.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, I am also a Faithless Looting gamer for the most part. I am bringing Temur Scapeshift with the wonderful Green Sun Zenith unbanned, with a Boreal Grazer, Flare of Cultivation, and stuff like that. And then I am bringing Mono Red Phoenix Prowess. This is actually a deck that I think saw play towards the end of Faithless Looting's lifetime that people are bringing back. It's got like Bedlam Revelers, the good Prowess creatures, and now Slick Shot Show Off. So it'll be interesting to kind of see how this plays out. Another Faithless Looting deck. And then my final deck is the, of course, wonderful Jund Creativity, turn 1 Faithless Looting, turn 2 Persist My Guy back.
Naturally.
Yeah. Could you have guessed my decks? It was funny. Behind the scenes, Matt sends me his decks. I was like, I could have guessed all 3 of these.
Maybe not all of them. I obviously could have guessed Creativity, but beyond that, I wasn't sure.
Yep. So, with that being said, what deck are you bringing first?
I am going to play Grixis Goryo's first.
I am playing Temur Scapeshift first, and we will get right to that match. Our match has started. Okay, before we start, before you inevitably win the die roll, which you did, what do you think this matchup's about?
I would guess that this is just a pretty bad matchup for any kind of Titan deck. I think that the Goryo's deck is just faster.
Yeah, so one of the things, I played a league of green-red, which is what I was going to play for this video, and I quickly realized that, you need better spells than what I was doing. And the other thing is I think that, there are problems with the green-red version. And, I agree, historically, the reason to play something like Scapeshift is you're really good against control, fair decks, you can build it to beat aggro decks, and then you're trying to beat a specific type of combo deck. And then you're kind of bad against, big mana decks or decks that generate large amount of mana through, Reanimation or, things like that. Where their creatures are too big for you to deal with, and they're doing it faster than you're killing them. So I would think that I would agree with that. With that being said, let's get into it. Okay.
I think that my 7-card hand is pretty bad. It would need a lot of help. I'm gonna take a mulligan.
Okay.
This is better. I've tried other versions of Goryos with Faithless that were still playing like Leyline Bindings and things like that, but the mana was just so bad that I'm hoping that this one, excels in at least having good mana.
Well, that was a really good draw, so we're gonna go ahead.
Turn 1 player of Cultivation.
Oh man, it wasn't that good of a draw. All right, go ahead.
I mean, I'll say my draw is not blazingly fast in this game, let's say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Play Planar Genesis. Let's go ahead and put that into play. Play that. Pass.
It's an interesting card. I'm trying to figure out the merits of like that versus something like Explore.
It does. If I don't put a land into play, I can put a card into my hand. So it's either
Right, so it's one or the other rather than both.
Yeah, but it's impulse.
Yeah, I get that it looks at the top 4. Obviously, if you're grabbing a land out of the top 4 and putting it into play, it is basically just Explore.
Yep, exactly.
I don't know. Unclear.
No, it wants me to attack. My bad.
You are good.
I should give you the shame counters though. No, am I dead?
All right. Well, Entomb helps. Entomb does help.
Okay, that's annoying.
Not actually the most exciting Atraxa, to be honest.
Yeah, I actually didn't even see what you revealed. What did you put into your hand?
FOMO, Polluted Delta, Faithless Looting, Emperor of Bones.
Okay. I would like to block, thank you. Discarding Atraxa. Kind of hard.
Yeah, I'm actually not that happy with the way that I've played this game so far. So hopefully your decisions are hard enough as well to make up for it. The only good thing I did was will and Atraxa onto the top of my deck for that Surveil land.
Guess this is the play.
Three cards.
I do have 3 cards. Okay. Okay. Is that lethal?
Fairly interesting, no doubt. Yeah, I mean, I just threw in this game. I did not think that it would be that much damage, I guess.
Yeah, I also have the flare cultivation, so
Sure. I had Force of Negation in my hand. I could have stopped that from happening to me. But it would have pitched my Essence Flux, and I wanted to be able to use the Essence Flux on my turn.
okay. Why don't you? I guess I can talk about sideboarding first, since we're just doing these in a match.
Yeah.
Um, it's kind of hard. Like, I think that I want to board in the endurance in this matchup.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I also think that it's possible that I want to board in the Flusterstorm, but because like the thing is these lightning bolts don't do anything for the most part,
Mm-hmm.
and I think I want to keep the Core Magic Crypt in the board in order to get it with Wish. It's also
Okay.
possible the Dismembers are worse than the lightning bolts, actually.
I would think so. I mean, it's always possible you get like a cheeky lightning bolt against Grizzlebrand, but also keep in mind that like Emperor of Bones is always a fairly dominant part of the Goryo strategy these days. So like, it's not unplayable against that.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna board out the Dismembers for 2 Veil of Summers
Okay.
and go from there. What about you?
I think that there's a solid argument for not boarding anything in this matchup because I mean, I don't really have like cards that matter a lot in this matchup in my
Sure.
sideboard. But that being said, I do think that Fable the Mirror Breaker is just kind of slow.
Yeah,
Um,
I agree.
so I'm gonna board in my extra 2 Force Abdications and my extra 2 Thought Seizes over 4 Fables.
Sure.
I am a little bit concerned that I am too low on ways like discard outlets.
Okay.
I wonder.
If you board out the Fables.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't board in the Force of Negations.
Well, or I could board out like the Ulamog in favor of one of the
Yeah,
Fables.
you could do that. That makes sense. Hmm.
We'll try it.
I think this hand is like one of the slowest hands this deck has. I'm gonna mulligan it. I will keep this, but it is also fairly slow.
I think one thing that's interesting is that the Valakut math is very different in a deck like Titan Shift rather than like Amulet Titan would be the place that I've mostly been doing Valakut math recently, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where like you just had like 3 fetch lands from hand. I just wasn't expecting that much damage. Whereas like Amulet Titan, you really never get that. You know how many lands they're going to have, right? It's never like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
if this land is a fetch land, it actually counts as 2 kind of math.
Turn 2? Oh, okay.
I don't even know that it's that good to attracts on turn 2 in this context anyway, right? Like because you can't Essence Flux or whatever you're doing to try to get the Atraxa to stay in play on turn 2.
Oh, did I just not play an additional land? Oh, I did.
Yeah,
No.
you started with the land before you played the Triad.
Okay, okay. That's right, I'm on the draw. Guess I'm taking this. Why do they get counters? So bad.
Psychic Frog is strong.
Another one.
The second one is often less good than the first, though.
Yeah, that's true. Hmm. Alright, go ahead. Trouble. Maybe we're supposed to keep that Titan.
I kind of wonder if you're supposed to hold lands too at some point. Obviously, I don't know what your hand looks like, but does seem believable that
I could believe that that was a mistake, yeah.
waiting for a Valakut to play land drops makes sense.
So good. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so dead.
It's really hard to start getting hit by multiple Psychic Frogs and just have this be fine, for sure. It is really hard for that.
Yeah, I'm dead. Okay. Do you have a Flare of Denial?
I have, yeah, Force of Negation, the one that I would actually have, yeah.
Oh. Okay.
It's not a flare, though, so, like, you could draw Titan here, technically, and maybe it would do something.
No, I drew Wish instead.
Sure.
I also don't have another Titan in the deck, so.
Fair.
Alright, you got this one.
I'm also not convinced that Titan would do enough here anyway, right? Like, I could save the frogs from Titan and it's not lethal.
Titan's lethal.
How?
It's 12 plus
12 plus 0?
plus 12 plus 12.
Did you have a fetch land in play?
Yeah.
So it's 12 plus 6?
Oh, 12 plus 6, 18. Where were you at?
Yeah, I think I was at 16, so I guess technically, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said. I think I punted. I think I was supposed to leave.
Well, I obviously I would have thought.
Yeah, you would have taken the
Titan
Titan,
at that point,
but I still think that it was. Still think it was done.
Yeah, for sure. That
All
makes
right,
sense.
I'll be on the play.
I kind of wonder if Consigned to Memory makes any sense.
Why?
So I can counter the Valakut triggers. Like, if I have enough mana up, I can just counter a bunch of them.
Sure.
I
Seems greedy, but maybe.
mean, maybe. Like, how many do you need to have to stop Valakut from being lethal?
I think I'm gonna board out a Wrenn and 6 for the last Veil of Summer.
Kind of do want the Ulamog, because I kind of need something that closes out the game. I don't even know. Like, the thing is, it's hard to get things into exile. Like, basically, I'm really hoping to get Force of Negation, pitching Atraxa into Goryo's Ulamog. It's kind of a lot to ask. Obviously, the Emperor of Bones does the cool thing, though, where it just does all of it for you.
Your camera's autofocus is so funny. Like,
Yeah.
I hope that the viewers appreciate how funny it is to me.
I'll just try it like this.
I get to be on the play.
Game where you're on the play, that's the worst.
It's the best for me. I'm gonna keep this.
Yeah, I'll keep mine as well. I wasn't expecting Dryad Arbor either until game 2 when you Green Sun for it.
You can't turn down a 1 minute rampant growth, man.
Oh, I think it's good. Yeah, I just wasn't thinking about it, I guess. Like, obviously, it's led to multiple turn 2 Dryad of the Elysian Groves, which I kind of thought was comical that you said that that's like the slowest hand your deck has in last game. I assume at least some of that had to have come off the top, because turn 2 Dryad of the Elysian Grove is like a pretty great hand. As far as like speed. Like, I don't imagine you have a lot of hands that are faster than that.
Sure, that could be true. I mean, I do. They all involve Flare and Arboreal Grazer, but
Sure, but even then, it's only 1 mana ahead of this, right? And like, actually, after the next turn, if you had enough lands in hand, it's actually on the same mana.
sure, that could be true.
Psychic Frog versus the world.
Hmm.
You should attack.
Okay.
I'd be so So much happier if you did, though. This is pretty interesting, actually. I'm not sure what the better one is.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Why is it? Oh, it's because I did that. Okay.
Sure. Flusterstorm with no blue mana open. Cheeky.
I had every mana open.
I know, but you didn't have any actual lands that tap for blue.
Sure.
Yeah, I wasn't sure whether the Grizzlebrand or the Atrax was better. But actually, now that I'm thinking about it, the Grizzlebrand would have just straight up been lethal, right? Because I could have just drawn
Yeah, it would have just
14 and then just dropped them all to the Psychic Frog. Like, that's actually kind of a combo. Not that Grizzlebrand needs a combo, but you know what I'm saying. Getting in the red zone. Sure.
Mm-hmm. Did you discard another looting? What did you just discard? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I discarded. Yep.
Yeah.
It'd be really interesting to note how relevant this card that you just drew is. Or, like, I guess the last card of whatever you drew for this game is.
Yeah, I thought about not countering that for what it's worth.
Not counting the Thoughtseize?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it did the same thing. And you would have lost 2 life.
No, it's just the opposite. You actually get an extra card deeper. That's what I was just saying. I think the Thoughtseize might have lost me the game because of Veil of Summer.
Oh, I see.
Like, you effectively went from no cards in hand to a free carded. Yeah.
I picked 2, didn't I? Come on, Moto. You have... It's a 4/5?
It is a 4/5. I think it's not worth saving.
You have a consign?
No, I have Essence Flux.
Oh, okay. I also think it's not worth saving.
Yeah. I think I just need to find Goryos.
I guess that could be a reason to save it, though, is that you would have lethal if you did find Goryos, if you saved it.
It's true. Also, I have 0 ways in the deck to kill a Titan. So
that I think that
that
you're
means I
supposed
might
to
need.
save it.
I might actually
You
need
have to-
lethal. Yeah.
Yeah, you actually probably are supposed to save it.
Right.
That's awkward. Am I just dumb though? Was just 9 to the face lethal? Am I just stupid?
Was it 14?
Oh, then the guy would have been untapped, so it wouldn't have been lethal.
What do you mean?
3, 8, 12.
Oh, you're talking about the attack as well.
3,
Yeah.
6, 9, 12. Yeah. I wasn't lethal. Okay.
I mean, technically it was, right? With the Dryad. But if I Essence Flux, then yeah, I can untap and block.
Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to call out a potential mislethal there.
No, I guess this doesn't change anything.
No, you just need to draw. You have a draw step, right?
Yeah, I have Faithless in my hand as well, but I guess it does change that. Not that I could have really.
Can you kill the Dryad? I mean, that doesn't matter. I have enough mountains.
No. I'm saying like I drew a fetch land for turn and I have Archaeologist, so like technically I can't go to 7 and then reanimate Grizzlebrand and make any of this make sense, right? So.
Oh yeah.
I guess Atraxa by itself would do it though.
Yeah. So
assuming that I don't like completely break off.
Yeah, I mean you have
so
to
it's just
decide
better
between.
It's better to do Atraxa then. Just better to Archaeologist because I get to look at an extra card. Yeah.
No whammy, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy.
Well, it did not.
No!
Oh, actually, I got one even better than that anyway.
Wow! Not only did you not brick, you did better?
Well, no, you saw the Goryos that I got. I'm just saying I actually have a better. I had lethal regardless because I can. Is that even better? I should actually maybe not be too cute here. So hold on, what does the Atraxa need to hit? The Atraxa needs to hit 2 cards, any 2 cards, which is basically impossible for it to miss.
Yeah.
Alternatively, I can annihilate you for 8 and attack for.
I think you just kill me with Atraxa.
It doesn't have trample though, yeah. So I guess Atraxa is just the cleaner win.
Well, they both have flying, right? So it's just actually.
No. I'm saying, yeah. Obviously, the frog and the Atraxa do.
Fine, you win the match. It was so close.
It was. Did you draw the Titan for the turn here?
I knew Green Sun was on top of my deck.
Okay, so you drew it off of the Veil.
Yeah, and then I had another Green Sun on top of my deck.
Okay, then, so your last card in hand currently is a Green Sun.
Yep, and then it was Flare.
Yeah,
actually, you were dead before through something else because I had Flare of Cultivation. So you actually would have died either way.
Right. Yeah, I'm just saying like the Thoughtseize didn't necessarily lose me the game, or it didn't lead to.
I mean, it definitely didn't lose you the game. You won the game.
Well, obviously, yeah, I ended up winning the game by.
All right, and we will be back for match 2, baby. All right, here we go for match 2. You said something really interesting while we were changing our decks up. You said that you didn't think that you were actually favored in that match after playing it.
Yeah, I think the interesting part is that I just don't actually interact, and it's not like my combo actually kills you when it comes into play, right?
Yeah.
I guess unless it depends on which version of the combo it is, right? Like
Yeah.
obviously, as we discovered,
It was.
Psychic Frog plus Grizzlebrand is pretty good at killing your opponent. But
Yeah, I think that I don't know. What I learned from that match is that like Temur Scapeshift might have a place in the metagame. I don't know if it's like top tier or whatever.
Mhm.
Like it's always on my list of stuff to play. So like, you know, we going into Portland, like it's a modern event, and if Temur Scapeshift is available to me, like it's something I would consider. I think the thing is like it seems unlikely to me that in a world of faithless looting and Mox Opal that would be the answer.
Mhm.
But you know, combo control does combo control stuff, and like sometimes ends up being like viable in spots that you'd be really surprised about, and have matchups that would surprise you.
Yeah, definitely.
So
I will say also that, like, as I was saying to you before, I actually think that this version of Goryo's that I just played is actually much worse than just like stock Goryo's from
then like
before.
Esper.
And if I was playing that list, I would feel a lot better about that matchup specifically because I would have answers for Dry the Elysian Grove
Sure.
and Primeval Titan for that
Yeah.
matter.
All right, let's go to match two. Matt, what are you playing?
I'm playing Grinding Station.
I am playing Mono Red Prowess. Let's go. So, like, am I on the play this time because you won? How does that work?
You certainly can be. We could also just have me be on the play in this game because I won the die roll and then you get to play for the last one. Either way, I'm going to get 2 out of 3, right? Or I
Yeah.
guess unless you want to just go with whoever lost the match, and then in which case,
Yeah. I mean, we'll play all three regardless, but
yeah.
no, I think I don't know. Listeners, let us know what you want. I think that it makes sense for me to be on the play for the match. So
For
we'll
this match.
yeah. So
Okay.
I'll take it. But I'm also fine with the
I
complete
guess
random.
I think the real question was match 3. Like, if you get to play this one, do I get to play in the next one, or is it based on who loses?
It's I assume it's based on who loses.
Oh, okay, sure. Yeah, that's. I mean, what do you mean you assume? We're making the rules right now.
Yeah.
It can be whatever you want it to be.
It could be a boat. Rar. What do? You rar?
I don't do any roaring.
Hmm.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, I guess not. It's not always true, but I'm playing Urza Saga on 1, knowing that I am not going to get constructs, just because this matchup really isn't about constructs, and I just need to present something that can win a game fairly quickly.
Yeah, it is actually what enticed me to like make the land drop that I made. So I was like, well, if they're doing this, then
It was what enticed you to play a mountain.
yeah.
I guess you have. I don't know. I don't know what your mana base looks like. I'm confused by that statement, but I believe that it makes sense from your perspective.
Well, here.
Got it. Yeah, I'm not sure what the pros and cons of playing mountain versus fire islet are. Okay. I think that I can't win the game with this Emery not in play. So I'm gonna go ahead and take it.
I think that that is the right play, and I'm forced into gut shotting you.
Okay. I think I can't win this game anyway, though. I don't have any draw engines right now. I can surveil one to look for one, but I think that I won't have enough mana. Maybe I will. I guess we'll see. I don't think it matters which one of these I play. Guess
Actually,
I'm
maybe that gut shot
technically
was wrong. Maybe I was supposed to not gut shot when you don't block.
not dead.
Well, you have like 11 mana, so you gonna exile your own thing?
I mean, how else could I do it? I mean, I could just block.
I mean, that's hot. I like the gumption.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely predicated on you having nothing, which is like, I have to block, so there's that. But I don't actually have to activate this if I can just block.
Yep. I don't know if my play was right. But I think this is right. No, my other play was just wrong. Should have just
The
gone
gut
for
shot.
lethal. I just had another draw land that I could have.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Am I dead?
Probably.
Oh. I can't win this match until I win the next turn is like a powerful line.
Well, I thought that I was dead, right? Like I was at 2 life a second ago. So again, my line was predicated on you having nothing, which you just did, so that's good for me.
Yeah, that's true.
Trying to figure out the way to maximize this, because that's actually a little bit awkward that I don't have Metalcraft now.
You could have Metalcraft, right? You
Yeah, I
just...
know. I just didn't want to have to use the Emery for Metalcraft, I guess is what I'm really saying. And if
Oh.
I do use the Emery for Metalcraft, the question then becomes, should I try to play it safe or not? Because I could just get the Haywire Might back.
That's what I would
You
do.
didn't have lethal left last turn,
that's what I would do. I would just get the Haywire in my back.
but I could also just get the Bauble for maximum mana here. I think that mana is okay because I can always just cast the Haywire Might later when it makes sense.
I mean, now you can just cast the Haywire Might anyway, right?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I can just cast it later.
Just Malevolent Rumble into Haywire Might here.
Well, hopefully it's going to be better than that. That's the fail case. We're probably a ways away from the fail case also.
Oh yeah, sure. You have 3 Mox Opals. Okay. Yeah. All right. I'm just gonna F8. Why does F8 not work? I'm just gonna F6.
You can just so there's you can just right click and then click yield till the end step. I assume you want to do something there.
Nope.
Okay, well then F6 is great. Okay, well that's just game.
Cool. Show them the combo.
This yeah, the Mox Opal stuff is so strong in this deck. It's crazy. And like the Tamiyo stuff is also pretty strong.
Yeah, this is on my short list for Portland if things don't change. I also Portland is February 6th. If this deck is too good, I would not be surprised to see them ban like Emery or something out of it.
Sure.
Or Underworld Breach. So this is the deck that I was most worried about with the Mox unban.
Whoops. It doesn't really matter. I'm not expecting you to interact at this point in time, so I did technically do this slightly worse than I could have, but
That's okay.
it doesn't really matter. It's gonna still work.
So, just for the listeners, so that we don't have to go through the whole thing, are you going to bring back Thassa's Oracle to kill me?
Yes, that is the plan. Eventually, I mean, it won't even take that long, but yeah, we could just pack it in now. It's literally the same iteration over and over until. So yeah, I would do the same iteration 5 more times and then play Thassa's Oracle.
Yep. All right, you got it. Oh, I wanted to see if my next card was.
It was Sunbaked Canyon.
How do you know?
Because I looked at it with a bobble.
Is that the draw one?
It's the red-white draw land, yeah.
So I had 2 draw lands. That's actually really funny. It means that I didn't misplay. Because Crack, I would have drawn a land, and then I would have had to crack that, and I would have been on 0 mana. So
sure.
So yeah, Soul Guide Lantern's coming in. I think a Braid comes in this matchup. I don't really like Blood Moon. I think
Blood Moon might be okay on the play.
It could be.
Although, obviously, I'm pretty willing to just throw Urza Saga in the bin for a Mox Opal in this matchup, so maybe... I mean, it's not fast enough if I just do it that way, right? So
yeah, I think that...
I guess it still is, actually. You still get it if you're on the play.
I think that we're going to go out, light up the stage, and gut shots. Maybe that's making me too slow, but we'll see. What about you?
I'm siding in Nature's Claims for sure. I think I'm supposed to side out probably 1 Opal and 1 Grinding Station. Obviously the cards that won me the last game, but I don't think that I want to have Force of Negations, although I was debating on that. It's just hard to find room for cuts at this point in time. Like, the deck is like a pretty tight package. Obviously, I could just cut the Faithless Lootings.
Sure.
I guess Looting isn't even very good in this matchup, actually, because like flipping Tamiyo is kind of whatever. But yeah, I guess I will cut the Lootings, and I'll bring in the 2 Forces and the 2 Whip Blairs as well.
Sure.
I don't expect Whip Blair to be an all-star, but you know, sometimes you catch your opponent slipping.
I mean, so not only just slipping, but sometimes they're like forced into it, right?
Yeah. Obviously, I'm just memeing mostly. You can definitely find yourself in a scenario where it's just correct to play Swift Spear.
I'll keep.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep as well.
Oops. I meant to play this. Okay. Dude, I think this card gets banned.
Which card?
Mishra's
Bobble?
Bobble.
Yeah.
I actually have no doubt. I think that if anything gets banned from between the Moxes and stuff, it's gonna be Bobble.
Sure. Another one.
What? What? What?
There's always an interesting balance now about. I mean, it was always kind of there, but like deciding when to keep your Mishra's Baubles versus draw with them is not always clear. Not always clear.
Wait, what? What? What is happening? Shouldn't I
I'm
have
confused about what
more
your
red
confusion
mana?
is. You had. I know you only had 2 mana when you played the Faithless.
Pay 2? Pay 2 for what? Oh, it's
Cast 2
because
for
that's the
minimal
wrong
cost.
card. Okay. Is that 3 spells? Maybe am I crazy? Oh, it is, right?
Yeah, this should be the third one.
Okay,
Sure.
then I'm not crazy. Okay. Well, that's rude.
I mean, technically, if you just take out Thassa's Oracle, I can't win the game through
Oh,
conventional means.
is that true?
Yeah, there's only one Oracle in the deck, so I
I
couldn't win
can't
the
undo
game.
this though.
Yeah, it's. I mean, you can just pop the Soul Guide Lantern, and it will be mostly the same. Yeah, I can still win the game, but not with the combo.
Perfect. Let's go.
Okay.
I don't like that. Stop doing that. I actually just wish you would stop casting spells so that I could win.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part of testing, is wishing bad luck on your opponents.
Yeah, it seems good. It seems good. I hope a house falls on you so that I can win this match.
Alright, I'm gonna leave this 0-1 in play. Could be a mistake. Could bite me in the booty. How's my booty, Matt?
It's doing fine right now.
Do you like a good booty?
We found the win condition.
Oh, I don't like that though. Oh, is it that one?
Yeah, that's the win condition.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
There was a time when we used to play Shadow Spear in Grinding Station. Time to bring it back. I know one of the cards in your hand is Arclight Phoenix. I don't know what the other one is.
Yeah, it's actually making my turn kind of hard. Definitely supposed to Faithless next turn.
That makes some sense.
I think you should tap that for mana.
Yeah, would that be good?
Yeah. You did not do that yet. That one costs 0. Do a different spell and then tap it for mana.
I don't know how to tap it for mana when I don't have any mana in my deck. Everything costs 0.
Why do you play so many lands then? Oh, that's really good. Okay.
You got rid of my Haywire Might too, which is honestly one of the things that's going to give you some good inevitability here. Also didn't bring in my Graveyard Hate, which may have been a mistake. Swinging for the fences. We got there. GG.
Thank you. I do think that there is something to like the prowess deck playing Arclight and Bedlam Reveler.
Mm-hmm.
I am probably playing too many spells. I have already noticed.
Too many spells?
Yeah, I'm playing 26. I'm only playing 16 creatures.
Mm-hmm.
I think that that is wrong. Okay, so the Abrades still seem fine. They seem better than the gut shots.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think Abrade is fine. Yeah, it's.
I wonder if I'm supposed to bring in Brotherhood's End though, and board out this. Let's do that.
Yeah, hard to say. It's not like I'm not sure the Brotherhood's End has good modes in this matchup. Like all the artifacts are fine to be in the graveyard, right? I don't even care about any of the artifacts being in play.
Yeah, I'm just
except for I guess Saga, but
I was getting rid of a Witch's Mark that I was trying out.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
I don't even know what that card does. I resideboarded heavily for game 3. I still have the 2 Nature's Claims in. I sided out the Forces. I sided out the Whip players. I sided back in 2 Faithless Lootings. So it looks like basically what I've done is I've sided out 2 lootings in a grinding station for Soul Guide Lantern and 2 Nature's Claims.
Nice. And you'll be on the play for game 3. I see that there are cards in my hand.
I'm gonna try this. I am actually really unsure on whether this is playable or not.
How tempted would you be to keep Swift Spear, Double Burn Spell, Soul Guide Lantern, Manamorphose, one land?
I don't know. I'm a keeper a lot of times. So
I think
you maybe don't want to ask me.
I think that's a keep on the draw. It's a lot, but like I don't know.
You're probably like I don't know. It depends on how bad you think the matchup is, if I'm being honest. Because I would guess that you are about 50% to draw a land by turn 2. Maybe a little less than that.
Well, I didn't want you to draw that, though. Oh, man. We're going to draw land. Oh, am I dead? I feel dead.
I mean, not dead, but that was a really good draw, though.
I don't like the fact that I played one turn and I feel dead. That seems like too much for a deck. Oh. That's pretty annoying.
I mean, I could have gone for something here, but it seemed like just making the construct's going to be fine. I'm trying to think if this deck had a way to make turn 2 constructs before Mox Opal. I don't think there was in this deck. Obviously, other decks did have ways. I guess you could theoretically go Springleaf Drum on 1 plus Saga, and then turn 2 play Emery and Amber, or either Emery or Tamiya.
Oh my gosh, I meant to attack. That was so bad.
Yeah, fair. I would have blocked. I mean, you probably would have gotten me with a.
I would have gotten you. That is...
Yeah, I'm also happy to trade the attack step and the spell for my construct here.
It would have. Yeah. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, it would have gotten you, but that is awkward.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Moto misclicks on a testing video? What are we doing?
Yeah, if I could have fixed it, I would.
I mean, I don't think that.
I mean, I can not attack with this construct. I mean, I don't know what else to do other than that.
No, attack with your construct.
What I really need here is the Lava Spur boots. Never mind, Swift Spear. Or Shadow Spear, rather.
Okay, so let's say I faced looting into two more guys. So then I have 3 guys. I can leave some back for blocking.
Keep in mind that I have Soul Guide Lantern in play.
That sounds bullshit. Well, that Soul Guide's Lantern is probably too much. I don't think I have an out. GG's.
Yeah, that's fair. Being on the draw against turn 1, or as a Saga Mox Opal, it's like a lot.
I love that. Like I love that. All right, you have won the match. Let's go play for Pride. We will be right back. Yeah, so on that one, I think my biggest takeaway is like I needed to take a more aggressive line in that first game. But I think that because you knew my top card, we actually knew I was going to lose anyway. in that game one. And then also, I think that 16 creatures might be too few. So I will actually post an updated deck list of that one rather than the deck list that I played. Because I do think that you actually do want the other two prowess creatures.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about kind of getting to the maximum velocity of stuff. So
Yeah.
what about you? Anything that like I mean, obviously, like I said before the event that like your deck was on my short list of like the things that might actually get banned before Portland.
Sure. I think we can establish that I got like lucky in both of those games, right? Like I was literally digging for a way to win the game in multiple of the games that I won, right? With both Goryos
Yeah.
and Grinding Station. But I will say that these decks are so consistent right now that like you find yourself in those spots a lot and get there a lot.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think that's one of the power of like things like Mox Opal and Faithless Looting being in the format now is that these combo decks can just be like, oh well, I guess I need to find it right now, and then you can just get there pretty often.
Well, I think that for what's worth too, before we get into our last match, you know, you've already won. Is like that's okay to me. Like I think modern is more fun with inevitability with those high stress runs. Like, okay, like I need to force you to have it, and like understanding those moments
Mhm.
and accepting them made modern more fun historically. I think the same thing is true of like, you know, we have a Splinter Twin unban that just happened. We're none of us playing Splinter Twin today, but like you would have to concede to if you have Twin I lose. If you don't, I'm probably gonna win a lot of the time. And that actually made the matchup more fun, in my opinion.
Mhm.
And like that's a lot of what's happening here is like, you know, I I think that we underappreciate the moments where like you take the 85 line, right? And
Mhm.
then you get 15. And
Mhm.
I think that that's actually really fun is like finding the 85 line all of the time.
Right.
So that's gonna do it. Let's go into our next matchup. I lost, so I gotta be able to play.
Yep.
Hmm. This is a hand of magical cards. I will keep this.
I'm gonna try my hand also. It's not insane, but it's got some play.
I'm playing a tap on turn one in this modern format, which might be a mistake. So
Yeah, the tap lands are so interesting right
this
now.
might
Like,
not be legal. I don't know if this is allowed.
you always want to play tap lands in your deck to fetch, but you almost never want to draw any of them. Like the Surveil lands as well. Okay.
Ooh. Okay.
Got some Ren and 6 for us.
Do I have a rain in six?
Yeah, it'd be pretty good.
I am gonna crack this fetch land. I'm gonna put in a. Question is if I'm gonna put in a mountain. It's a hard one. And then I am going to cast Ren in six.
Yeah. I think I'm supposed to kill the Ren here. Probably important.
That sounds strong. Like,
Yeah, it requires me to exert an Arena of Glory and kind of omit a lot of the other powerful things I could do this turn, but it's fine.
what if you didn't do that though? Instead,
I think honestly, Arena of Glory is on my short list of cards that I think could be banned. Like, the card is something. Like,
oh,
it's
that's
so free.
annoying. You can attack again?
Yeah.
That's a lot. I think the first thing that's happening is this.
Exerting the arena in this scenario did not have a low cost, though, I will say. Like, it is going to probably lead to me not having as much mana on the turn when I actually might need to interact. It very much limits what I can do on my next turn without completely tapping out into your creativity turn.
Okay.
Oops, all faithless. Pretty interesting draw. Like, I assume that at this point you've sculpted your hand at least a little bit. Which certainly makes that draw better. I also, yeah, this has just it's gotta be better to go for Burning Inquiry here because, first of all, I can't Faithless and then just play a Hollow One and have any interaction up. And all three of the cards in my hand are fine to discard.
Burning Inquiry was not what I wanted you to draw.
I think the other thing is if I find a Hollow One and can manage to get enough stuff in my graveyard, I might actually just have lethal this turn because of the Phoenix. Yeah, that's reasonable play. Okay, there's a Hollow One in the yard. You discarded 2 creativities. I could inquiry again, but I kind of think that at this point, with you discarding 2 inquiries, I'm not that likely to get hollow or creativity the next turn, and I can potentially just find a Hollow One with Faithless. I didn't though. One card on top. Could I just run it back on the inquiry?
God, that would be annoying. That was annoying. Like, really, really annoying.
Yeah, I don't have anything going on though, so you got a pretty good draw coming up as well.
Oh, I like to hear that.
It's probably not as good as the stuff that you discarded, but
Oh, I see, I see. Yeah, I think that you really effed me in the something there. Okay.
yeah, I mean, getting you to discard 3
Just 3 win
creativities
conditions and 3.
and a persist, yeah,
Yeah.
is pretty
It
good.
was a lot.
But obviously, I don't have a win condition yet. I have Detective Phoenix looming in the graveyard, which will help at some point, I'm sure. The best draw in my deck right now would just be a Netherglyph. I think that would be nearly lethal. I guess I only have 5 types in the yard. I think it's correct to just push this now.
Okay.
It's like I'm always going to do that, and it just ties my mana up. Okay, that's a interesting draw.
I don't like that. I wanted you to draw a not interesting draw.
It's interesting because I'm not sure what the correct way to do this is. So my hand currently is Hallow One Burning Inquiry.
Oh.
So I could just Inquiry if I roll the 25%er to keep the Hallow One. Obviously, you know, we're doing great.
Fuck. Freaking. Sorry. Crazy.
But I could also alternatively flashback a Faithless, and if I do that, a land would give me Hallow One.
That's gotta be better.
Or a Street Wraith would give me
that's gotta be
the good version of Hallow One.
That's gotta be better. I think you're supposed to flashback a Faithless.
I think so too. I think so too. Well,
Tarfire.
and another Phoenix.
And another Phoenix, okay. Let's put ourselves in a position.
I think you're in a decent spot here. I mean, you're going to get to draw a bunch of cards here. I think I'd rather be in your spot than mine here.
That was pretty good.
That's actually kind of interesting. Because now Netherglyph is definitely lethal.
I mean, that was also pretty close to lethal, right?
It was close to lethal before, but now for one, you taking the 2 life off the Thoughtseize matters a lot in that spot, because it's 9 damage by itself. But also having the ability to get the second Phoenix back by just having the extra Hallow One. Okay.
You think my play was wrong?
I'm not sure. Like, I don't necessarily think it was wrong. It's just, it just did that thing. It just did that. Whether that makes it wrong or not is a different question. All right. Not sure how best to do this either.
That's a way to do it.
Yeah, I mean, so you know the other card in my hand is Burning Inquiry, though. I could have gone that way with it.
I think I'm.
But the thing is, I just go down to 0 cards in hand, so
I think I'm still supposed to draw here.
Yeah, it's believable. You should have stacked these triggers in the opposite order.
I thought that originally, but oh, okay. Well, there we go.
just so that I couldn't kill the Fable, right?
Well, luckily,
Yeah, I guess you have enough Archons in the deck still for creativity for 2. Not sure if I have outs here.
I mean, I don't know. Got a dude that's making guys.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually probably
Yeah,
supposed to do
presumably you just
this,
kill that with the
this
Ren.
first.
You probably should have just Ren the Bowmaster before doing the
Yeah,
creativity, honestly.
I didn't realize that that's how that was going to work, to be completely honest.
Yeah. It's fair. Could you have not also just gone creativity for 3? You still had another Archon, right?
I didn't have that card.
Oh, you didn't. Oh, you drew the Dorgan Mine.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah, yeah.
I could have gone creativity for 3, but it would have ended up the same sequencing because I would have plussed the Ren to do that. All right.
Deceased.
I think I've won every game 1. Or no, I lost game 1, game 2, or match 2. Okay. So the question in this matchup becomes like, I think Beseiju comes in just because it kills Hallow One.
Mm-hmm.
I think the fatal pushes kind of suck.
The thing is, Bowmaster, FOMO, Nethergoyf, DRC are all pretty big. I don't know. Maybe it's you can get by fine with it. I mean, Nethergoyf specifically is like a 7/8 most of the time in this deck.
Yeah, you think okay? I could believe that. The Liliana seems nonsensical. You always have multiple creatures in play.
Yeah, I would definitely not play Liliana in this matchup.
And then I fully expect you to become a Thoughtseize deck, meaning Veil of Summer becomes kind of important.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to bring in Thoughtseizes.
So here we go out one of these, and I think this is how we board. Going down to 0 bidder reunion. Only I could actually see going out of persist too. And I don't know. I don't know that surgical or turn to earth is very good against you. Like, that's not how your deck
Depends on what you have. It depends. It like obviously it can be really good, but it's not always for sure.
All right, I'm gonna do the turn to earth as the last card just to go for it. What about you?
Okay. I'm citing in Thoughtseizes and Leyline of the Voids. I am citing out the Tarfires and the Pushes and the Fomos and 1 Bowmaster. I will reevaluate whether I want the removal on the draw.
Sure.
I think on the play, I'm fine. Just try to kill you before the Archon comes down, or make it to where you take lethal even through 1 Archon. There's also like Untimely Malfunction is kind of interesting in my sideboard if I think you are going to have to creativity for exactly 1. But for now, I'm just going to try to be lean, mean, Thoughtseize, kind of a machine.
All right, I will keep mine.
Yeah, I'm keeping as well.
Okay. Your hand was very helpful for knowing my hand. Definitely kept Faithless Looting Archon, so.
Fair.
I think that if you don't have the Leyland, though, my hand was actually really good.
Yeah, I think that it's good to keep hands that are good if your opponent doesn't have leyline. That makes sense to me.
Yeah. I didn't have the persist, but I don't know that I cared. We gonna inquiry right now?
No.
Okay. That is actually gonna probably end the game.
I can see why you wanted me to inquiry, though. You want to give me a Wheel of Fortune over there? I would say even if you didn't draw the Wren here, like, I'm so far away from having any kind of threat.
It's another reason to bring in the Beseiju, for what it's worth.
For leyline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That was bad. That's probably fine.
Doesn't seem that bad. I'm definitely not doing a good job of showcasing the power of this deck, though. I just have not drawn a threat in our match so far. There definitely are creatures that go into play sometimes.
Allegedly. So we have double looting in our yard now.
You don't have a graveyard?
I'm talking about your yard.
Oh, my yard, yes.
You're the star. I'm not even switching to my camera view. Everybody's watching you there, buddy.
Is that right?
Yeah, that sucks.
A threat. You did discard that creativity. Okay. That's actually fascinating. Oh, you shuffled it away, though.
I don't have a choice.
Fair. Obviously, you wouldn't know what it was anyway, but it was interesting. Oh, okay. You just had push already.
Was it push?
No, it was dismember, which technically, combined with the Wren, did kill the Netherglyph.
No.
These combo decks are too consistent. You just get them to discard all their creativities, and they just draw them anyway. I guess I probably should have held the bauble for that reason, but I'm not sure that I am live to beat an Archon regardless. Or I should have cracked on your turn. But
you said at the beginning of this match, for what it's worth, that you thought that this is not the matchup that you would want to exist for your deck.
It wouldn't be my first choice to play against this deck, but I also think like Hallow One is just a really strong deck. Like obviously I put one creature into play in like the whole match. I put two creatures into play. The FOMO and the Netherglyph on like turn 4 or whatever.
Well, let's go to the end step really quick. Regardless of the outcome, which you crushed me. Actually, I guess that's not true. I guess they went to Game 3 Volcano. Regardless, that was so much fun.
Yeah.
Like, did we fix Modern?
I think it's better. I mean, I thought it was good before that. If I'm being completely honest, I never really had a problem with Modern, but Hollow One is my favorite deck ever, so I love that I can play this again. I mean, obviously, like, unfortunate that I got to showcase the fail case of the deck in that last match, but it's just a good time. And like, I think even in the fail case, like, there were so many interesting lines that I had to kind of navigate through, like, to try to maximize percentages. I think that's what's really interesting about this deck, is that even after playing it 1,000 times, like, no sequencing is like written in stone. Like, all sequencing is relative to whatever the game is.
Yeah, I mean, like, you made a joke about, like, oh yeah, let me just windfall you in this
Mm-hmm.
thing, but like, legitimately, like, there is reasons to like a lot of what is going on in the format, and it's funny because, like, I played Elite today, as I mentioned before, to switch to Temur over Green Red, and like, I played against the exact same Scapeshift deck, or not Scapeshift, Is It Twin deck 3 times, and like, Is It Twin didn't do anything in the challenge for the top 8 or whatever, but like, somebody clearly has come up with a twin version that they're doing well with enough that people are picking it up, and like, Mox Opal and Faithless Looting are so interesting. To me, like, I would not be surprised if there was like a Faithless Looting twin, FOMO, some kind of deck that we're not even discovered yet. Like, there's a lot of room for discovery here, and that's not to mention the fact that Mox Opal is as broken in the combo decks as I remember, but also enables like very good aggressive decks. Like, people aren't as excited to do something like Affinity or Hardened Scales, but like, I have no doubt that like Hardened Scales is 30 times better with this card, and that deck was playable before the changes. The same thing is true of like Hammer Time. Like, Hammer Time did well for the first time in who knows how long this weekend, and things just change, and things are cynical, and like, we have 6 decks here that I don't think either of us are like that, like, oh yeah, this is the best deck in the format. But they are all starting points for something that you could do.
Definitely. Yeah, I definitely think Scales especially got a really big upgrade there. What's wild to me is that looking through some of the Scales lists, I mean, this is like a little bit tangential, but that people are playing less than 4 patchworks, which I think Mox Opal is the biggest upgrade to that card specifically, like, because you already had to play a bunch of really bad zeros to make that card work, and now you just get to play all the good ones.
Sure. That is going to do it for Constructed Clash. Matt, congratulations on your win this week. I don't even remember who won. Did I win last time?
I mean, honestly, we just really had Combo was the winner this week, huh? Combo decks are unbeatable. Don't play anything fair.
Thank you so much. We'll see you guys all next time with another Constructed Clash.